good to see you.
Hi, Maggie.
So we're just going to have a quick chat. Would you like to introduce yourself first to everyone else who's watching?
Yeah, I'm Casey. I'm the director and founder of Sydney Yoga Collective here in Sydney, Australia.
How'd you get started in yoga?
I started in yoga when I was probably about 16 years old, and I'm from a small country town, so I was doing yoga at the local gym, which I don't think was really yoga, I think it was just stretching.
So you have a background in business management, fashion design, many things, psychology. How has that helped you?
Yeah, so the business side and the psychology side really ties into my philosophy at Sydney Yoga Collective, which makes yoga accessible for everybody, because a lot of people in everyday life would never normally go to a yoga studio. It can be quite intimidating because, everyone looks a certain way and the studios are presented in a certain way. So our philosophy here at Sydney Yoga Collective is that we're not your average yoga studio. Anyone can come. You don't have to be an Instagram model. You don't have to be able to touch your toes. We'd like it if you wore undies, but generally speaking, it really is for everybody. So we are really trying to break down those barriers.
For someone who's never done yoga, what is your recommendation? Where should they start?
My recommendation is that they just start. At our studio, because it is accessible for everybody, you're not going to find, classes where we do headstands and handstands or any of this, really Instagram worthy yoga stuff. We really start at the basics, and all of our classes are geared for beginners. Turn up, come to a class, throw yourself in the deep end, and you might be surprised of how quickly your body and your mind can adapt to the yoga practice.
Is there a place where you should situation yourself in the classroom so everyone else can work as well around you?
Yeah, and not at the back, which I think is really common. When it's your first time somewhere and you're a little bit intimidated, everyone automatically goes for the back row, back corner where they can hide. But you don't want to be hidden. You want to let yourself be known to the teacher and, have that conversation, say, it's my first time, I've never done this before. So the teacher can keep an eye on you, because if you're at the back of the room, they may not be able to see you or be able to get in touch with you.
So your studio is quite well known for Kundalini. Could you explain the difference between normal yoga, Kundalini, and I think you also do Naam?
Yeah, okay. So normal yoga is your Vinyasa yoga. So it's the one where people are flowing, there's lots of standing, usually breath per movement. Kundalini yoga is known as the yoga of awareness. So you are pretty much sitting down most of the time. You have your eyes closed, or you're encouraged to have your eyes closed to go within. There's lots of chanting and lots of breath work. So it's about clearing energy blocks in the body and basically sort of releasing things to move forward in your energetic life. So it can be quite life-altering, the Kundalini yoga. So it's not for the faint-hearted though, because there's a lot of chanting and noises and interesting things that happen, but because your eyes are closed, shouldn't really make too much of a difference. And then Naam yoga is similar to Kundalini in that it takes the chanting and the breath work as well, but it's a little bit more, I guess, of a mix between the Vinyasa class and the Kundalini class. So it can be more dynamic. You might be holding certain poses for up to 5 minutes and breathing through them, which can be quite intense.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But again, it's all about shifting blocks and moving energy in the body.
Okay, so I see that you have gin and yoga. That's very different from Kundalini and Naam. How did that story come about?
So we have partnered with Distillery, which is a local brewery. We wanted to do something a little bit more fun. We don't take ourselves very seriously here. We, again, because we're accessible for everybody, we don't think we should be limited to, the airy-fairy, hippy-dippy sort of side of the yoga. So we partnered with them to do gin yoga, where their mixologist makes an incredible gin cocktail at the beginning of the class.
Awesome.
And then you sip the gin during the class. So it's a bit of fun. It's a Vinyasa class, and I throw in some balancing stuff to test you depending on how much of the gin you've had to drink during the class.
Amazing.
To see if you fall over or not. But it's just something a bit of fun and not to be taken too seriously. And obviously drinking in moderation.
Of course. Always.
But we've also started to record these during COVID. So we've had a huge uptake in that. And each week we're getting about 1,200 people joining us in our online gin yoga sessions.
And how do you stop them from drinking too much?
Well, I know we can't see them, thankfully, so we just hope that they're drinking responsibly at home.
Nice. Do you have any future plans for Sydney Yoga Collective other than reopening the studio?
We do. We are very excited to say that we partnered with Tourism New South Wales, and as part of that partnership we are going to a bunch of different locations in Sydney and in Greater New South Wales to do some yoga videos to share on their website and also on sydney.com website as well as part of their health and wellness initiative. So the first place we're going is a place in the Hunter Valley called the Spices Retreat, which is just absolutely beautiful. So super excited about going there, doing some yoga, drinking some wine.
I see a theme here.
And just bringing, you know, this approach that we have of yoga for everyone to the greater country, I guess.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Casey, thank you so much for having me. I guess the thing to say is namaste, right?
Namaste. Thanks, Maggie.